are giving back to those in need. Find out what they're doing to keep people warm in this winter weather. And a report from the Department of Justice is putting the Chicago Police Department in hot water. We'll have the latest in the excessive force investigation. Good evening and thanks for tuning in to KRDO News Channel 13 at 5 o'clock. I'm Angelica Lombardi. We'll go ahead now and get right to weather. Take a live look outside at Woodland. Oh, this is actually at I-25 in Motor City. You can see traffic moving along just fine, looking like a calm night, but we know a lot of change is on the way. Let's check in now with Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Nick Carter. Nick, a lot of people want to know, what can we expect this weekend for the storm?
Well, it's going to be a real challenge for travelers tomorrow. Angelica, we're talking about everything from light snow to an icy mix, especially over the southeastern corner of the state. You wouldn't know that by looking outside right now. It's quite peaceful with mostly clear skies. The jet stream, winds above us in the upper atmosphere, carried a small band of rain-snow mix just above the skies over Denver, but no reports of anything much happening except for a few flurries north of town at this particular hour. Here's Colorado Springs, here's Pueblo, Walsenburg, Trinidad. Our skies are pretty much fair at this time, albeit they're very, very hazy, and our temperatures still pretty well above freezing. We're at 38 degrees in Colorado Springs, 41 in Pueblo, 42 in Canyon City, and across the southeast corner of the state, where most of our attention is going to be for tonight, temperatures are just at or above freezing. Our SkyScan time-lapse showing thin layer of cloudiness over the eastern part of the state, but some moisture getting hung up over the southern Sangre de Cristos, and that's where we're going to start to see some snow starting late tonight around 11 p.m. These are the winter weather advisories. The area shaded in red is a winter storm warning. That's going to go into effect at 11 p.m. tonight. That starts in Walsenburg, goes down to the New Mexico state line. My real concern for Lamar, Springfield, and La Junta is ice. For Colorado Springs and Pueblo, starting at 5 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to be under a winter weather advisory, and yes, we are expecting some accumulations. We'll cover that in more detail. First, what to expect for the next 24 hours. We're going to start with snow showers late tonight, we'll say after midnight for most of us in this viewing area. Freezing rain and snow for much of southeastern Colorado tomorrow. That continues into Monday, and of course, Monday is the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, so travel is going to be a real concern. We're going to cover all the bases with our Storm Tracker 13 forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Nick. Well, that next winter storm, of course, as Nick mentioned, is heading here for southern Colorado, and this storm is expected to be a little different from the last. With warmer temperatures, the snow will be heavy and wet. KRDO News Channel 13's Katie Spencer spoke with CDOT about how they're preparing.
The streets are clear now, but the next winter storm is closing in on southern Colorado.
I don't think it's going to be a very bad storm, maybe a couple inches of snow up here, just depending on how that low falls tonight.
Brad Bauer with the Colorado Department of Transportation says they are ready for this next round of winter weather.
We'll put liquid de-icer down, first flake, try to prevent that, keep the bond between the ice and the asphalt.
The roads aren't the only thing being prepped for this storm. Shoppers are getting out in full force. The parking lot of King Soopers was crowded with busy shoppers, some stocking up to stay inside, but some, like Christopher Holder.
Honestly did not. I had no idea there was a storm coming.
For him, it's just another Colorado storm under his belt.
We have firewood and food at home, so that actually might be nice. An excuse to stay home.
Bauer says their work doesn't change at all with the snow coming on the weekend.
We have far less traffic to worry about or contend with like we do during the week, so it makes our job a lot easier with the lighter traffic.
But he wants to remind everyone to give their crews room to work. In Colorado Springs, Katie Spencer, KRDO News Channel 13.
CDOT says they'll have 20 crew members ready for the overnight shift and 20 for the day shift, all ready to help keep those roads clear. Well, two local nonprofits are teaming up to give back to those in need in Colorado Springs. Can a Patient Resource Connection, along with Because We Choose To. They both teamed up to cook some hot meals and donate thousands of pounds of clothing this afternoon. Take a look at some video of what it looked like just a few hours ago. You can see dozens of people showed up to receive some food, mixed fruit, cookies, and much more. They also got to have their pick of free clothing, something organizers say is essential this time of the year.
Their looks of gratitude, their appreciation, you could see that hope was starting to fill their face a little bit, like someone cared. And so we just decided that if no one else cares, we're going to care and we're going to show that support. And
recording any of that.
Today is their second anniversary of the event, and they say they plan to continue this as long as they can. And coming up at 6 o'clock, we're hearing from those who benefited directly from this giveaway and how grateful they say they are from these nonprofits. And we're following breaking news this hour happening right now. The Colorado Springs Police Department is investigating a death that happened between Nevada and Tejon. The department's public information officer is currently on scene giving a media briefing, and KRDO News Channel 13's Michaela White is there live gathering more information. And Michaela, what do you know so far?
Angelica, yes, we are on scene here between Nevada and Tejon. A very active scene, as you can see. Officers behind me still combing through things, checking things out. And we're still learning more about what happened, but here's what we know so far. They tell us at around 2 o'clock, officers were dispatched here and they found a dead body underneath the bridge here. They found an adult male deceased. Now, there's no apparent injury cause or no apparent physical injury. The call came in as a male under a bridge. There was homeless people living here, and they are investigating it as a suspicious death. And we're still waiting for more information from police, and we will bring you more information just as soon as we learn it. We're live in Colorado Springs. Michaela White, KRDO News Channel 13.
And now on to this evening's crime tracker. Pueblo police need help finding 2 wanted suspects. Police say 29-year-old Blake Clement is wanted on 2 counts of contempt of court. This includes charges of possession of a controlled substance, assault, and menacing with a real weapon. And they're also looking for 52-year-old Daniel Marquez. He has a no-bond warrant for a parole violation that includes property damage. Anyone with information is asked to call the Pueblo Crime Stoppers at 542-7867. A man is in the hospital after being stabbed by a suspect during a robbery. It happened near the Martin Luther King bypass and Fountain Boulevard intersection in Colorado Springs near a Popeyes restaurant. Police say the man was walking home when he was approached by an unknown suspect and placed in a chokehold. The victim told police the suspect pulled out a knife and stabbed him once, causing a non-life-threatening injury. The suspect then took off with the man's wallet and fled the scene. If you have any information, you are asked to call Springs Police at 719-444-7000. The investigation into a Colorado Springs auto pedestrian accident that injured 4 children is ongoing. So far, police have not made any arrests. The driver was headed east on Pikes Peak and turned south onto Chelton when he hit the children in the crosswalk. Police say speed was not a factor in the accident and it was not intentional, but they are still trying to decide what charges the driver will face. While we don't know what happened in this case, Children's Hospital leaders say these type of accidents are increasing because of distracted drivers.
So that's also a cultural behavior that we need to change. You have to protect yourself. 60-pound kiddo and a 2,000-pound car, and then neither one paying attention, that leads for a big collision.
1 child left in critical condition is stabilizing. Another is still recovering at a hospital. The Justice Department's Inspector General is investigating whether or not Director James Comey broke department policy during the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails. Director Comey has been under fire by Democrats who argue his updates to Congress on the email investigation actually cost Clinton the election. Comey himself saying before Congress early this week that the department can't talk about the ongoing investigations.
I would never comment on investigations, whether we have one or not, in an open